not having to wait for a schedule to get the news now when it's convenient for you.
You're watching YNN Buffalo, an exclusive service of Time Warner. You're watching YNN Buffalo, news all evening.
Good evening, I'm Jen. Welcome to YNN Buffalo. YNN is your news now, our news channel available only on Warner Cable. Each half hour, YNN will bring you news from across Western New York and the Empire network of round-the-clock news channels. This is our first day on the air, and the latest news and sports coverage in the region in half-hour news on the 9s. We look forward to keeping you up to date on the people, places, stories that make Western New York what it is. Now, here are some of the stories on in the YNN newsroom. New information about the crash of Flight 3407. Reviewing the plane's data record, investigators believe icing did not roll in the crash. Erie County officials hope to turn the railway lines into a brand new industrial park. What's next for Western New York now that the NYPA backed down from their proposed rate hike? Why businesses in the area could benefit from the move. And school children at a local elementary school using small change to make a big. New information now on the crash of Flight 3407. Federal safety investigators say the flight order doesn't reveal the plane had items immediately before the crash. The Transportation Safety Board says it is continuing to examine the plane's de-icing system and the flight crew training. Flight 3407 crashed into a Clarence neighborhood on 12th, killing all 49 people aboard, one man on the ground. The information comes just as surviving family members of two plane's passengers filed wrongful death lawsuits in federal court. The family's attorney says it will allege insufficient pilot training and an inadequate de-icing system were all facts. The defendants will include the 3 airlines and the manufacturer. The information about the flight recorder comes just as surviving family members of plane's passengers filed wrongful death suits in federal court. The family's attorney says the lawsuit alleges pilot error, insufficient pilot training, and an inadequate de-icing system were all factors in the crash. The defendants will include the 3 airlines and manufacturer of the plane. A car in Buffalo late Tuesday night spread to and destroyed a home in a Buffalo neighborhood. Just before 2 a.m. Wednesday, Buffalo fire crews found a car and a house engulfed in at 136 Wakefield. Officials say the flames quickly spread on both sides. Buffalo fire officials, it was a vacant home, and so far there are reported injuries.
The buildings on both sides of the main occupied buildings, everybody's been removed safely. The main fire building we believed vacant, but when we get it, we'll still do a thorough search. I was awakened this morning to sound doorbell ringing like crazy, only to discover that when I answered it was the firemen telling me that the house next door was on fire and that I needed to vacate the property immediately. And we have what you see here now, not ready to grab anything, hoping those belongings are going to be okay, or that I'll be able to salvage something when it's all over.
The fire commissioner says the cause is currently under investigation. An old line could be transformed into a new industrial park. Erie County officials are considering a complex at the old Bethlehem Steel property. The plan would be to relocate the rail line, which currently runs into Route 5, closer to the Bethlehem Steel property, in order way for new development.
Well, I think it's terrific for the city of Lackawanna as far as, in development. This is the future of the city of Lackawanna. There really is little to stand additional development.
The plan would follow an environmental cleanup at Bethlehem Steel Park, set to begin later this month. Can the new head of the Erie Corporation build a new Buffalo waterfront? He has lived on the waterfront the last 25 years. Buffalo native has rebuilt the airport and federal courthouse. The Erie Canal Harbor Development Corporation introduced D as its new president Tuesday. D knows people want to move forward and not become another. He knows his vision will be just another vision together.
And I feel, even more than that, there's an emotional connection. For me, when I walk in, it feels good. And I'd like the community. We develop some of these buildings and projects and even advertise. People will walk down to the water. It's therapeutic for people to see water and to enjoy that.
D ran Canada's construction management division and has worked in the industry 28 years. Fighting the economic downturn, the New York Power Authority announced Tuesday that rates for homeowners in upstate New York will stay the same through at least April 2010. with the condition of keeping people employed and attracting new jobs in New York seems to answer many are pointing to get back on. YNN's Jason Toriano program designed to help businesses keep their doors open.
Power for Economic Security, or PEP for short, has provided low-cost hydropower to manufacturing companies in our community for decades.
The New York Authority has never faced an economic downturn like we are facing today.
While Help for Homeowners Tuesday, catering businesses in our area has existed for more than a decade through PEP.
Critically important to the industrial Western New York.
That low cost comprises 445 megawatts allocated to industry at a drastically reduced rate.
Low-cost power keeps manufacturing facilities competitive in a global marketplace.
There are 105 companies across Western New York who receive low-cost hydropower. 15 of those comprise PEP, which lobbies for the reduced rates.
To really keep some of the businesses that we have here already from leaving. I mean, we base of businesses. If we start losing those businesses to other parts of the country, it's going to be another problem that's going to be tough for us.
Looking toward the focus on retaining what Western New York already has.
In this economy, when people aren't creating, the goal should be to retain jobs.
If existing businesses didn't get help with energy costs,
you would eventually, I believe, facilities close and the exit of thousands of paying jobs.
The New York Authority estimates that PEP companies employ 20,000 workers in our region. Jason Toriano, YNN.
Students at Union Pleasant Elementary are putting their allowance money to a good cause. They are raising money to help local children living with leukemia and lymphoma. Throughout in each classroom are bringing in spare change and competing to see which class can raise the most amount of money. The donations are part of the Pen for Patients program.
Just to give these kids a chance at freedom from cancer. It's so amazing to watch the jars fill up and see how generous the kids of Point can be.
Union Pleasant Elementary has used more than $3,000 so far. It's time for news, and weather on the 9s is just ahead. Stay with us.
I think Time Warner is the way to go with digital cable, road, digital home phone.
All together for my whole family to enjoy. Plus,
I can see great savings and services that keep
connected to the world at a price I heard. That's why
Time Warner Cable is better.
Roadrunner high-speed online, digital cable, and home phone, and save hundreds with all the best. Call 1-866-9192 today. Time Warner, the power of you.
YNN Buffalo has just what you need for a little getaway.
You won't have to fly here. You can.
Mike O'Brien as he explores the local destinations that fire up your discovery.
You won't have to go far to check out amazing treasure. Vincent Van Gogh. Hello.
Trips that'll thrill the whole family. Won't empty your wallet.
This getaway works for everyone, including
The Getaway Guy on YNN Buffalo Cable. You won't get it on Fios.
Hey folks, Tom Park here on Grand Island. Now this is the time to save money. When you consider all the selection you're going to find, Chevrolets, new Hyundais, all in one location, you can now deduct from your federal income tax when you purchase new FU6. Couple that with Billy's huge discounts, new or pre-owned. This is the time to save. Log on to hugecredit.com. If you need help with your finance, then get here at Grand Island. We're open 7 days a week.
Attorney, please call us today.
We will review your case for free.
I'm your news director of meteorology, Michael Coultry, for the Cable News Channels. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out our product. I think you're really going to enjoy it because you can get the news, the weather, and the sports information on your. Well, hey, you know, you had a busy day. You can't get home for the traditional news times at 7 o'clock. You pop us on at, 8:05. You can get your local weather forecast. Just a great little feature here with Cable. For tonight, we have a few spotty showers coming in from the west as we speak. They are pretty scattered and they're having a hard time making it past Buffalo towards the east, just a miss power through 7 o'clock this evening. Things will taper down even more so in tomorrow morning, some fog here and there. Tomorrow into tomorrow night, a little bit better as showers working through the region. The good news that I think a lot of that will be out of here for your fate. It looks like we're going to find a lot of sunshine by our Friday, back up into the 50s. Unfortunately, I think we'll bring a few more rain showers. We'll talk about that with our forecast coming up with our next weather segment. For tonight, near 40 degrees here in Buffalo, Niagara. Mostly cloudy, a few spotty showers, a little fog, some drizzle trying to set up early tomorrow morning, and we should get temperatures up 50 degrees with a better chance of your showering in towards tomorrow afternoon. Fredonia, Jamestown, upper 30s, 40 degrees. Occasional shower, hit or miss, a little drizzle, some fog, and tomorrow is cooler with a steadier rain for the afternoon. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
testing response to a gunman on the loose. That's one local university did as the second anniversary of the Virginia Tech massacre approaches. YNN's Jade Boyce watched authorities respond to simulated attack at Bonaventure.